Okay guys, welcome to another library haul, and I'm also going to do my library TBR. So I think I have somewhere between 25 and 30 books here, and I was only planning on picking two. To read because I'm a little behind on my January TBR right now. But there's some good ones, and there's a lot of books here. So I think I'm gonna kind of just start. They're not really in any particular order. Most of the ones on my side over here are middle grade. Most of these are not middle grade, but there might be some exceptions. So let's just start. This one is The Twin. This is a young adult. Oh yes, I think someone recommended this to me. Ivy and Iris haven't lived together for years. When their mother and father divorced, each parent got custody of one twin. But after a tragic accident takes their mother's life, the devastated sisters are reunited, and Iris moves in with Ivy and their dad. Actually, I might have seen this on someone else's videos, but that intrigued me. I don't know. I thought it was kind of like thriller-esque, but I think I'm wrong now that I read this. The picture kind of shows that, but okay, I can't spend too long talking about these. Oh, then we have Unoffendable by Brant Hansen. I think this is one that I need to read. This is Christian fiction about being unoffendable, and especially like being on YouTube, I realize how easily I am offended. Like I can have like 100 nice comments and then I get like one negative comment, and it's just like that's the one that sticks with me so much. And yeah, I get easily offended in other areas of life, so I should probably definitely read this one. Then I have The Pawn by Stephen James. This one I got out before. This is like a Christian suspense fiction. This agent is called to North Carolina to consult on the case of an area serial killer. He finds himself caught in a deadly game of cat and mouse. I read one Stephen James last year, really liked it. It was a different genre though, and this is a series which I think I'll really enjoy. Just for fun, let's read the first sentence of this, because first sentences are fun. It happened upstairs at her house after school on a Tuesday afternoon. I'm not sure what that was, but that's how it went. Should we just keep reading the first sentence of all of these? Should I go back and read the first sentence of The Twin? We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that. And now she's gone. I must have heard about this from someone because I have it, but I don't remember why. Isabel Lincoln is gone, but is she missing? It's up to Grayson Sykes to find her, although Gray is reluctant to track down a woman who may not want to be found. I don't know much other than that. Maybe this one needs a first sentence? Oh, I don't know. She had to do it, is the first sentence. Oh, okay. And then I have no idea what this one is. This is The Nine. The librarian was wanting me to pick a book out of a table, and I can't say no to librarians when they tell me to take books out. When well-meaning helicopter mom Hannah Weber enrolls her brilliant son and center of her world, Sam, into the boarding school of her dreams, neither of them is prepared for what awaits an illicit underworld where decades of privileged conspiracy threaten not only Sam, but also their fragile family. I don't know. I don't even know what the like genre of the table was. I think it was mostly thriller-ish. Sam trod carefully on the narrow sidewalk, which, despite constant salting and plowing, would not regain the texture of asphalt until well into springtime. Ah, that sounds like Saskatchewan. Then I got The Librarian of Boone's Hollow. Once again, I don't know where someone maybe recommended this one to me. Addie has been forced to start a new chapter, one testing her grit and courage. Will she trust the one who truly pens her story? So it's set during the Great Depression. She dreams of becoming a novelist and offering readers the escape that books have given her during her tragic childhood. The only thing is this going to have like a very stereotypical Christian fiction romance? Yes. Yes, it will. I got nothing against romance. I just don't like to predict it coming. A Stranger in the House. I think people recommended this author for thrillers. I'm not sure. A present you can't remember, a past that won't let you go. You're home making dinner for your husband. You expect him any second. The phone rings. It's the call you hoped you'd never get. You jump in your car and race to a neighborhood you thought you'd never visit. You peer into the dark, deserted building and brace yourself for the worst. After that, you remember nothing. They tell your husband you've been in an accident. You lost control of your car as you sped through the roughest part of town. The police suspect you were up to no good, but your husband refuses to believe it. He thinks you know better than anyone else. Your best friend is not so sure. And even you don't know what to believe. That sounds interesting. That sounds different than the title A Stranger in the House. A Stranger in the House kind of creeps me out because, like, that's creepy. But yeah, we'll see. Then I've got Buried Beneath the I don't know how to pronounce it, tree. I just can't talk. On April 14th, 2014, Boko Haram kidnapped 276 girls. Some managed to escape. Many are still missing. So this is when a village is attacked by a terrorist group in the middle of the night. This girl is taken with other girls and women in the forest, where she's forced to follow her captor's radical beliefs and watches her best friend slowly accepts everything she's been told. Ooh. It's kind of like a cult vibe going to it there. That sounds interesting. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have so much trouble picking books from this. Then I have The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Okay, so I just filmed a video for my Patreon where I tried a chapter. First of all, I just want to point out, in Canada, the title is The 7 Deaths. In the United States, it's The 7.5 Deaths. So that's why when I talked about this book in a different video, I got the title mixed up. And I was right, and I was wrong at the same time because it has two titles. So this is about a detective, I don't know who it is. Someone dies, first of all, and this, I think it's a detective, wakes up in someone's body that was there, a different body every day for like 7 days, I think, and has to try to figure out what happened, I think. I read the first chapter and it was really easy to read and I'm really intrigued and I really want to read this one. Then I have The Dilemma by B.A. Paris. I've read a couple of her books. One was like barely a 3-star and one was like really good. It's Livia's 40th birthday. Her husband Adam is throwing her the party of a lifetime to make up for the wedding celebration they never had. Livia has recently uncovered a secret about their daughter that, if revealed, will shake the foundation of their family to the core. There's lots of like family secrets and stuff here, which I generally hate, but maybe is well done in that book. Then I have These Violent Delights. This was another one I tried for my try chapter. So this is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in Shanghai in 1926. I didn't like get really into it from the little bit that I read, but it's a very interesting concept and I think I could get into it. I would just probably need to read more. So there's that one. I think this is YA. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I don't know why I got this book. This is The Rage of Dragons. I think this is pretty high fantasy. This is one of Murphy's favorite books. And I do want to try books that are favorite books by booktubers that I like, but she's kind of proven to have very different tastes than me. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to go on the cart or not. I'll put it beside for now. And this may or may not be an option for my TBR. Then I have Fighting Words. This is, I think, it's a middle grade book, but from what I know, it deals with like abuse in a family, like possibly sexual abuse. So I think Amanda from the Curly Reader said she enjoyed it, but she wouldn't let her kids read it yet. But when she does, she would have conversations with them about it. But she really enjoyed it as an adult. Another book that she also really enjoyed is Closer to Nowhere. This is a free verse novel, and I love free verse novels when done well. I did try a chapter of this. I tried like 10 pages because a chapter in free verse novels are so short. It's about a girl whose family kind of takes in her cousin when her cousin's mother dies, and she very much dislikes him and doesn't want him to be there. And yeah, I don't know anything more than that, but it sounded promising. Ooh, this one. I need this one on my TBR. I'm gonna read it anyway. This is A.G. Morton, Mystery Queen, Peril at Owl Park, which I have pretty much brought up A.G. Morton in every single video in January because I really enjoyed book 1 and this is book 2. So yeah, it's going to get read, even if it doesn't get put on my TBR. Just guaranteed. Love it. Then I have 1 Year at Ellesmere. Honestly, I know nothing about this other than I was like really drawn to the illustrations. Was boarding school supposed to be this hard? When Juniper wins a scholarship to the prestigious Ellesmere Academy, she thinks it's going to be an academic heaven. But Ellesmere is nothing like what she was expecting. She's singled out to be a special project, targeted by the mean queen bee in her class. Da, 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 da. Oh, so it's about like surviving a boarding school, which I might hate because, yeah, that's generally not my kind of thing, but the illustrations look cute. Then there's the Westing game. I think people were talking about this one when they were talking about the inheritance games, which I haven't read yet, but I would like to read. It's about a bizarre chain of events begins when 16 unlikely people gather for the reading of Samuel Westing's will, and although no one knows why the eccentric game-loving millionaire has chosen a virtual stranger and a possible murderer to inherit his vast fortune, one thing's for sure: Sam Westing may be dead, but that won't stop him from playing one last game. So that sounds interesting, and it's also pretty short, so that's helpful. A ceiling made of eggshells. Lots of people were talking about this. They were choosing it for the Read Your Bookshelf Challenge for January because it's got a house word. It's got the word ceiling. This is a middle grade book about, I think it's a Jewish girl. This girl is happy in Spain, but when her intimidating grandfather decides to bring her along on his travels, she's excited to join him. She soon learns how dangerous the world is for Jews of Spain. I don't know when this is set. The Jewish year 1543. I don't know. Lots of people have had it on their TBR, but I hadn't heard if people really liked it or not. So there's that. And then I grabbed The Story That Cannot Be Told. This is about Romania's communist government. And yeah, it sounded interesting when I read it. And yeah. Then I've got Pine Island Home. These are sisters who are left on their own when their missionary parents are washed away in a tsunami. Fortunately, their great Aunt Martha volunteers to have them live with her on her farm in British Columbia. Yeah, so anything that's set in Canada kind of catches my attention. Can I put it on the bottom here? I'm gonna have to clean these books out to make room. So that one, only two more. Winterborn Home for Vengeance and Valor. So book 2 was on my like anticipated books for 2021. I made a separate middle grade specific list on my homeschool site, and so book 2 sounded interesting, so I wanted to try book 1. April didn't mean to start the fire. She wasn't the one who broke the vase. April didn't ask to go live in a big creepy mansion with a bunch of orphans who just don't understand that April isn't like them. After all, April's mother is coming back for her someday very soon. I really like stories with orphans. Always drawn to that. The Lost Girl. This is about twin sisters. When you're an identical twin, your story always starts with someone else. For Iris, that means her story starts with Lark. And then I think one of them goes missing. Yes, something strange is happening in the city around them. Things both great and small go missing without a trace. As Iris begins to understand that anything can be lost in the blink of an eye, she decides it's up to her to find a way to keep her sister safe. So, there's that. And yeah, that is my library TBR. I am going to quickly pull up, grab my tablet and pull up the Hey Reader site so I can, let's just pick 3 books. We're not going to go over the 3, we're just going to pick 3 books. Okay, I think I've got my screen recording. I'm kind of always terrified that it's not working since it didn't work the one time. I'm going to, spin the wheel 3 times. So, let's see. Ooh, a book with a great first sentence. So I'm not gonna go read all the first sentences. I'm gonna pick up the ones that are most interesting to me and choose which one is the best first sentence. So Unoffendable, I feel like, is one I need to read. The first sentence is, okay. So this may sound like the dumbest thing you've ever read, but here goes. The second sentence is decent. I'm not sure if that counts. This one, I forget everything between footsteps. That's a weird first sentence. Ooh, let's try Aggie Morton. My sister's new home was named Owl Park, a manor house surrounded by gardens and woods that were possibly full of owls. I'm not doing so well here. where do I want to go from there? This one sounded really good. My sweetest dreams unfold when my eyes are wide open after I roll my sleeping mat and begin my morning chores. Nope. Oh, right, I read this one already. It happened upstairs at her house after school on a Tuesday afternoon. What is a great first sentence? Like, sometimes there just really is, and sometimes they're just eh. I dig the tips of my yellow painted fingernails into the firm leather seat as Dad drives us home on the verge of breaking the speed limit. It's the best first sentence so far. Let's try the Westing game yet. The sun set in the west. Just about everyone knows that. But Sunset Towers faced east. Yeah, I don't really know if I care to... Oh, okay, wait. Try with this one. Let's try this one yet. My younger brother, 2-year-old Haim, sat on the carpet watching the kittens with me. Nope. We will go with the twin, which was not really on my radar, but had the best first sentence out of the ones I tried. Let's try another one. A genre you don't usually read. That is hard because I kind of get books from the library that I generally read. I guess I could go like graphic novel. It's not really a genre, but that's something I don't usually read. So that's an option. I feel like everything else is either like mystery, suspense, a bit of historical fiction, and middle grade. This rest is mostly what I read. So I guess 1 Year at Ellesmere? Yeah. I'm not feeling very confident in these picks. I got one more. Worried. Random number. Okay, so let's just do 3 carts. So I'll do random number generator. First we will choose which cart. So we will go numbers 1 through 3. Oh, that's a 6. 3, 2. So it's gonna be from this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll go 1 through 7. Generate 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Fighting words. I'm a little worried about this one. I think it's gonna be very heavy. And not... Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time going into heavy books because I kind of want to read for fun. I don't want to read knowing it's going to be heavy, but I've really liked a lot of heavy books, if that makes sense. I definitely need to read this book. And there are some on here. I feel like I definitely need to read this book. And there are some on here that I really do want to read. Like, I really want to read this one. Oops. And I really want to read this one. And there's other ones I would like to read, but I guess these are my official TBR, and hopefully they're good. Maybe they will surprise me. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I got from the library lately, if there's any that you think I will love, and thanks for watching, guys.